Have you ever wondered what is the best way to teach your donkey, your horse, your mule, the best way to lead? We want our donkeys to lead without having to pull them. We want them to lead and not have to be drugged to get them where we want them to go. In this video, we're going to talk about the best way to do this so that they're always just following that loose lead rope. In the past, I haven't started with this method, but in the past, I always have to convert over to this method to really teach them so that they understand how to lead at all times, just following that loose lead rope. We want our little kid, we want a little 2-year-old to be able to lead them around and know that they're going to be just fine. So keep watching, guys, to see how I convert over to teaching them to lead. Right now, I'm working with a 22-year-old wild donkey. He was just captured this year and just learning all of this stuff. So he hasn't been haltered too many times, and this is the first time teaching him to follow around where I am and with that lead rope. So right now I'm just trying to get him to look towards me or take a step towards me, and we're going to keep growing on this. Here we have a wild donkey that we've had for about a year, and she is just following around with a loose lead rope. That is our end goal, guys. Keep watching for how we get here. Here I'm working with the wild donkey, just introducing the idea of following that. And you see he's not very willing right now to follow that. He's pretty hesitant. And we're going to keep working on a better way to teach them to lead. That's going to have a lasting effect, that they're always going to follow that loose lead rope. So guys, maybe you're working with a donkey, whether it's wild or domestic, and it doesn't yet know how to lead. Keep watching, and we're going to walk you through this step by step of the methods that I use to teach them to lead and follow a loose lead rope where a 2-year-old could be leading them later on. So here we're talking to the foot. So we want that one foot there that I circled and put an arrow to move back. Breaks matter for this, guys. They need to have time to absorb what we just showed them so that they can understand. Now you can see he wasn't very willing just to stand and hang out. So then Hannah went and asked him one more time. Now our angles matter. We want to be facing their rear, 180 degrees difference than them. And we're always talking to the foot. So when Hannah released last time, it was because he shifted his weight. Right now, that's just rewarding the try. So we're going to be facing 180 degree difference from them. We're going to put our hands straight out where we want their foot to go. And then we're going to bring up our flag and walk forward if they're not understanding yet. So we're going to go through a bunch of these with this little guy here, Joker, who's a 3-year-old wild Mustang. Now he's a pretty pushy guy, so we have to help him work through that. And then we're also going to practice this with the 22-year-old. So both sides of the spectrum with wild donkeys, a 3-year-old and a 22-year-old. So now here she's getting ready to ask again. She puts her hand out where she wants, and then she's going to bring the flag up. We're just talking to that front front right foot. And he stepped back, and then he gets soak time. That soak time is where they learn. And then sometimes they're just going to want to be petted. And that's okay too, guys. So keep watching. We're going to go through this. Now this is the beginning stages. So not all of them are going to be smooth. But we're going to keep walking through this to show you what it looks like to start training them to follow a loose lead rope. The methods that I use for this. And we're going to keep growing with this. These guys aren't ready for the growth with this yet because we're just introducing. So keep watching for further videos as we do progress through all these steps. Now this is the 22-year-old wild donkey. He was very slow to start with trust. He's been haltered just a handful of times, and I'm going to go straight to this. You see him react. He's nervous. And here he actually takes off. If you can, hang on to that lead rope. We don't want them to learn to get away. Sorry if you can hear my dog whining in the background. She thinks we should go have playtime right now. So we're always going to talk to the foot when we're training this that's closest to us. Now here he's still nervous. I'm not even asking. It's just really windy out. You can see how windy it is. So I'm keeping my flag back behind, not to be sneaky, but I'm not asking him any questions right now. And that's why I'm trying to keep my flag back. I'm not trying to alarm him. Again, this is a 22-year-old wild donkey, and this is actual time. First time's asking him to do this. Now I have my hand out, and he moved. Now you see I didn't even pick up the flag. And now I'm going to give him soak time so he can really absorb what we're doing. Now here we're practicing this again. Now I'm in a smaller pen so he can't, take off and run so much. Now that there was just rewarding the try. Eventually I want him to get on his hind and actually really put that foot back and over a little bit. But we're going to have a good one coming up real close here. Again, he did it. Do you see how little I moved his flag? Now, sometimes maybe you need to get in there and firm up some, but right now I'm just teaching him the very first steps of this. He's too reactive and nervous for me to need to firm up. All he needs is a little bit of a cue, and there, wrong foot, there's the right foot. So I'm just going with little baby steps to reward the try, let him start to understand what I'm asking. Now I'm going to give him soak time, and then we'll be asking again here in a second. Here I go again. Now my hand's out. Now I'm clearly, and then he moved his foot. I was clearly asking what I wanted. Now again, this is still just rewarding the try, because eventually he will actually be going to the other side of me when I ask this. But what I'm showing him is if I point that lead rope, I want you to move your feet. I want him eventually just to follow me anywhere we're going or anywhere I'm going. Again, this is little baby steps. You can see how much calmer he is. And there he actually turned his body and he's looking at me like, oh, is that what you wanted? And I'm like, yeah, dude, it is what I wanted. Good job. Now, right now, because he's not coming up to me, I'm not going up to pet him. He's nervous and starting to understand. So I'm just going to let him soak and not love on him right now. But later on, we'll love on him when he's not absorbing the lesson. I hope you guys are finding value with this and teaching your donkeys to lead. Later on, this is going to grow into walking and then doing a circle, going back to our walking, and then we'll do like walking figure eights. So that way we're just always helping them to learn to turn and follow the lead rope, build up their muscle so that they can have a job later on. I'm not sure what this guy's job will be yet, but time will tell. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you find this again valuable for your own training needs. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you either enjoy watching the journey of these wild donkeys or you're getting tips for training your own. I would really appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button. Share this with your friends. I love to hear comments about your own journey. And try this out and leave a comment of how it works out for you. This here is the 22-year-old wild donkey who was caught in April. And he's just learning how to be a domestic donkey. He is going to have a great life ahead of him as he learns to trust and bonds are formed. We really are enjoying this guy tremendously. Now, if you don't know already, these guys have their own playlist. It's the 7 Tales of the 7 Tails, where I'm recording smaller training sessions, so you just get little tidbits of what we're up to. And then I also have the Mustang and Burro comparison series, where I'm recording all of the training for a wild Mustang and a wild donkey who are both 1 year old. Be sure to hit that subscribe and the bell button so you know when new videos are released. Have a wonderful day and thanks for tuning in.